And I feel real chatty today. I had to come back on and do another live stream because something was on my heart and I enjoyed talking to you all. So you're going to get a two for today, two for one, because I just feel that great. And I'm kind of happy about what I have to talk about. I want to talk about some of the best principles I've ever had because sometimes we can get all caught up on what we need to be doing or what you need to be doing, what I need to be doing. But I just want to talk about some of the traits, not necessarily the people themselves. And I say not necessarily the people themselves. Some of my best principles I've ever had as a principal, a leader. We weren't friends or anything like that. They weren't even anyone I might want to hang out later on with. And some of them were quite even maybe younger than me or my age or much older. And it didn't matter. It wasn't that I really wanted to really go out or hang with them, or I never even really thought of them as a friend. But they were such good principals. And the reason why they were good principals because they knew their staff. They knew everybody, no matter how big it was. I worked at high schools, I worked in elementary schools, high schools again, back to elementary schools. And every one of these principals that were the best principals I've had, they knew who I was. Not as, oh, that's Nicole, or that's Dr. G, or that's Dr. Gage, or that's Dr. Bar. They knew who I was as a professional and as a person. They knew enough about me that if they needed something and it didn't get done, they knew that, hey, something must be up. And that takes leadership. And that's why they were good, because they understood their staff and they knew their staff. Another trait I had, a trait of a really good principal, was there are times you have to be a little fearless. And I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in the job and we're trying to keep that certain lifestyle till we forget that, hey, we're here to work for the kids too. And I truly believe in, and I've experienced this with principals, that there are times when certain principals know my staff is at their wits' end. You can't give them that one more thing to do, talking or speaking about the board or what the board may want. And they would go to bat for us. They would go to the point of saying, this right here may not work for my staff, and I know my staff. And if we're doing good right now, leave well enough alone. Or you may, I worked in staff, in schools rather, that we were in needs of improvement many, many years. But this particular principal, when we would go and look at those test scores and they were down the bottom, she never railed, never got upset with us necessarily, but it was something about the way she presented herself. It's almost like a Roman emperor taking his soldiers out to battle, or maybe like the 300, or it's something like, it was like when she got done talking to us, you had tears rolling down your eyes and you were so pumped that you were going to do your best. And I would come home and say, well, what just happened? Because I'm like really excited to get back to work and work these test scores back up. That is like a gift. And you'd be surprised, everyone has some type of gift that they can, especially if you're a leader, especially if you're in education. Well, teachers, we are coaches. Not just teachers are a multitude of things. Mothers, fathers, social workers, and especially coaches, we know how to rally the troops. Well, we should. I'm speaking of those principles they were just great principles, or educational leaders in whatever section you're in. I'm not speaking of rah, 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 pep rallies, somersaults, and cartwheels. It's the way you reach your staff, however that may be. Maybe you are that rah rah person, but as long as your staff know that you're genuine, that's another thing. All these principles were genuine. They were true to themselves, as well as their profession as an educator. And as long as we understood This is the way she is. This is the way he is. And he means well, or he means the best for us and these children. That's something that we all can work on obtaining. Some of us were born that way. Some of us could work up to that. But those are those traits, those best principles would have those best practices that separate them from other principles, that brought the best out of us. They just knew their staff. And I believe you really need to just know your staff. And as I said, many of these principals I'm speaking of, we were not friends. We were cordial, but I respected them and they respected me. And it was good to work under them. You never was fearful or felt shaky or you knew they were strict. You knew they expected. And they laugh and joke, but they didn't play. And they just knew how to shine that light on you and made you feel like you were just so special and that they really appreciated what you do. And that wasn't, they didn't do much words about it. They showed it. They showed it when we were down, when we were in the trenches. That's when you really saw it. So it's good to be mindful of those things. And I just wanted to talk to you about those really, really great principles. And just leaders, period, educational leaders. And those could be teachers, parapros. I mean, I've met some teachers just as much know their staff, because we're all staff members, know their colleagues. If they were over committee or whatever, they just really knew how to tap into everybody's strengths. They just knew how to do it. And I've learned from all those people. And now to the fact that in my profession and what I've done in the past and worked in the past as a media specialist, I've gleaned all those good things. I've even written them down through the years. And I've come to understand and work on myself. And when people come in, I mean, people at the board, whatever school system I'm in, they know that I run a wonderful ship, a tight ship, but it's an enjoyable ship. People can get what they need done. I get the information they need to them, and I do it in a timely, professional, and personable way. So I just felt good this evening rather, and just wanted to come back and just talk about some of those great teachers, great educational leaders that I worked with, that I've learned from, and who've made me the person I am today as an educational leader and a consultant. Because now I can consult and give you some of that, which I've learned. It's just I just get excited about it. I just really do. So I just wanted, like I said, I just had to say that tonight. It wasn't going to wait till Thursday. So to all you principals out there, assistant principals, coordinators, directors, academic coaches, librarians, media specialists, school librarians, teachers, parapros, be the best version of you can be. Because guess what? Just like the kids are looking, everyone else is looking too. We're nothing but big kids. We're ever learning. We're students of life. We're always taking in, sponging in stuff. It's not always the bad stuff we link about and talk about. We talk about the good too. That's what this is about tonight. All those good things that principals and educational leaders have done for me, which I would like to pass on to you. So once again, either have a great night or a good morning whenever you see this. But either way, make it a great day. And Dr. Nicola will see you later. And that is the end of our didactic chatter this evening. Make sure to comment, like if you're on Facebook, contact me if you need help. I'm always here and I'm always open. I mean, really, I keep my phone, especially since the pandemic. I'm really on call. So no problems. So I'll end it right here so I won't start rambling. Bye.